Hey you guys, over the next few weeks we're going to be taking a break from analyzing Kingdom Hearts 3 and instead look at the drive forms from Kingdom Hearts 2. This week we're going to be looking at Valor Form. I want to quickly gloss over the basics of this form, but since this is such an old game, I do not want to take too much time breaking every single thing down. Valor Form is the first drive form you receive in Kingdom Hearts 2. It boosts Sora's base strength stat by 3 and its magic stat by 1. It's interesting that you get a boost to magic even though you can't use magic while in Valor. I wonder if maybe your magic stat increases your magic resistance or defense, but I don't really have any evidence to support that. Anyways, you can activate Valor Form by having Goofy in your party. This changes Sora's clothes red, and a fleur-de-lis adorns each pant leg and sleeve. While Sora is in the Timeless River world, he does not change in appearance, but the HUD changes to a red hue. While he is in Tron's world, the blue circuits on his body all change to red. While in his Halloween form, Sora's pumpkin mask changes to something reminiscent of the bomb creatures in Final Fantasy. It also looks like part of a fleur-de-lis is poking out of the top of the mask. While he is in Christmas Town, a fleur-de-lis adorns his hat and back. His hands glow with a red light while in this form, and while moving, red shards fly back behind him. While idle, the red shards will fly up behind Sora. Let's look at the abilities associated with Valor Form. Valor has 2 ground combo finishers and 2 air combo finishers. For both the ground and air combo finishers, you'll use one finisher if you have a single enemy in front of you, or the other finisher if you have multiple enemies in front of you. There is also an ability called Over the Horizon, which lets you jump towards an enemy while attacking if you press square. This overwrites the blocking ability you have while in Valor. Omega Finale is an ability that lets Sora jump right to the end of his combo by pressing square. If you have Finishing Plus, you can perform another combo finisher right after using Omega Finale. With Finishing Pluses, you will do the other combo finisher regardless of if you are surrounded or attacking a single enemy. The only other action ability for Valor Form is Retaliating Slash, which is an ability you get in Sora's base form as well. This lets you counterattack after being knocked back by pressing square. The growth ability associated with Valor Form is High Jump. There are also 3 support abilities that come with Valor Form: Sync Blade, which equips another Keyblade, and a Combo Plus for the ground and the air. Let's move on to the combat for Valor Form. The ground combo has 3 different types of attacks, and 2 different combo finishers. The first attack has Sora doing a horizontal slash with his left hand before taking a step forward and doing a vertical slash over his head. The second attack has Sora dashing forward before swinging both Keyblades across horizontally. Sora actually flips the Keyblade in his left hand backwards before he does the slash. The dash during this attack also does damage to enemies. You will switch between these 2 attacks depending on how far the enemy is away from you. I never realized that Sora's attacks while in a drive form were situational. The last attack Sora can do will trigger if he is attacking multiple enemies. Sora slashes horizontally with his left hand and then follows with his right. He then crosses his arms and swings both Keyblades horizontally in front of himself. The first combo finisher will trigger if you just have one enemy in front of you. Sora brings both Keyblades to his sides as they glow with a bright light. You can see air or light swirling up around the Keyblades as well. The light breaks as Sora jumps into the air, bringing both Keyblades above his head. He strikes the ground, which sends pillars of light shooting forward. This knocks enemies up into the air. The second combo finisher triggers if there are multiple enemies around Sora. This finisher has Sora twisting and pulling his Keyblades back before spinning a couple times and jumping into the air. Sora continues to spin as he rises up into the air, creating a ring of light and air around himself. This does leave Sora in the air after the attack, so you'll have to be careful if there are still enemies around you. The air combo has 2 types of attacks and 2 different air combo finishers. The first attack has Sora swinging upwards with his right hand in a vertical strike. Sora uses this momentum to twist in the air as he pulls his left hand upwards to strike downwards in another vertical strike. The second attack is Sora twisting in the air as he slashes horizontally with his right hand before following it with a horizontal slash with his left. The first combo finisher triggers if there is only one enemy in front of Sora. Light charges around him as he brings his left hand across with the Keyblade coming around behind him. He slashes horizontally as he thrusts his other Keyblade forward. During this thrust attack, Sora brings the Keyblade that he slashed horizontally with behind himself, spinning it in his hand. 3 bursts of air can also be seen as Sora dashes forward. The second finisher triggers if you have multiple enemies around you. It's easy to see where these slashes originate from since each slash creates light and wind effects. Sora twists backwards, pulling his right hand upwards in a diagonal strike. He then slashes horizontally with his other hand before slashing downwards vertically with his right hand. Sora follows this up with a vertical slash upwards before he crosses his arms and slashes downwards diagonally with both keyblades, creating an X pattern with light and wind. Now let's talk about the strategy for this form. While this form does not have a guard mechanic, it is very easy to parry enemy attacks with your own attacks. This makes it easy to counterattack if you can get the timing right. With the different situational attacks, this form is good for single or multiple enemies. I would say it is probably better for single enemies since the combo finishers used when surrounded leave you a little open. If you are careful though, it can be good for multiple enemies, and with the ability to jump straight to combo finishers, you can easily clear the area around yourself or stop an enemy from unleashing their attack. Using Square to quickly jump towards an enemy is also pretty helpful, though combo finishers in the air can leave you a little open. You will want to put on keyblades that are high in strength stats, and you won't really need to worry about magic stats since you can't use any while in this form. When fighting single enemies, it's pretty easy to chain a ground combo into an air combo. Most attacks from the combo finishers will leave the enemy up in the air, which you can then follow up with another combo. I really like this form. It's extremely fast and the attacks are quick and clean. Being able to double tap Square to get straight to a combo finisher is also pretty nice and helps out in tight situations. I don't really miss magic while in this form, though I will stay away from this form if I'm going up against an endgame boss or secret boss, since I can't cure with Leaf Bracer or guard with Reflect. Anyways, I hope this was interesting for you all. I feel like this was a little rushed and quick, but I didn't really want to rehash information that many of you probably already knew, such as gaining growth abilities through leveling up. Anyways, I'm pretty active on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter, so be sure to follow the links in the description below to stay updated. Click the cards on screen to watch some of my Kingdom Hearts 3 form change breakdowns. Subscribe or share this with someone you think will like it, and I will see you in the next video.